This is the fucking news!
And more on that later. Alright, time for another wrap-up of this week's gaming news. We'll start with the bulk of it. The Game Awards happened. Now, if you don't know what the Game Awards are, basically, it's a popularity contest for all things gaming. It's where they get no-name basketballers in to joke about 2K and announce the esports player of the year. I am kidding, of course. I know who Steph Curry is. I wonder what he thinks of the best sports game of the year, though. Speaking of awards, let's rattle them off. Best community support went to Destiny 2. Probably quite fair with how strong the game has bounced back off its move away from Activision and the Battle.net launcher and onto Steam. Best VR game, Beat Saber. I mean, it's fun and you just stand still waving your arms about, so the flaws of VR don't come out. Best independent game was Disco Elysium. No qualms with this game looks interesting. Weird as fuck, but interesting. Best RPG, Disco Elysium again. Hold up. You what? Better than Shadowbringers, you reckon? Not a chance. Better than WoW Classic, which wasn't even a nominee? Nope. Kingdom Hearts 3? Not even that. Outer Worlds? Come on, man. It's a good indie game, not best RPG, not even close. Best action game, Devil May Cry 5. I only heard good things, impressed it beat out Modern Warfare to be fair, if it's a popularity contest. I imagine Astral Chain can't have been far off the mark either. Best esports team, it's got to be back-to-back TI champions, right? Never been done before, highest prize money in esports? No? Team Liquid then? Since they're dominant, or at least competitive in just about every esport out? No? I know the nomination was only for their Counter-Strike team. Even so, they've been dominant while Astralis has been out of the scene. No, not them. Okay. G2 Esports. I had to Google them. I have no idea who they are. It's a League of Legends team, and they didn't even win the Worlds. They came second. Best esports team, though. Anyway, best strategy game, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Yep, fair. Reviews were solid. Top esports game, League of Legends. I won't badmouth it. Dota's better. But League has a massive following, so of course it's going to win the popularity contest. Better that than Fortnite, I suppose. Best esports host, Shox. Again, I had to Google who they were. It's a Belgian esports host, quite a tidy lass. At least Red Eye was nominated rather than Casey. Best family game, Luigi's Mansion 3. Yeah, obviously. It looks awesome as hell. My next Switch pickup. The only other one that really would have challenged it would have probably been Super Mario Maker 2. Debut indie game, Disco Elysium again. Pretty obvious when you get best indie game and it's also your debut, chances are you're going to get best debut indie game too. And they did. Best esports coach, Danny Zonic Sorensen. He's from Astralis. Fair. When they play, they dominate. Easy, right? He must be doing something right. He's a big lad and he's a crack up too. Best esports event was the 2019 League of Legends World Championship, which again, Dota's better, but China Production really let it down, so I'll let Lowell have this one. Best studio/game direction went to Death Stranding, which again is fair. Kojima takes games in a whole new direction, and this went somewhere amazing. Which is why it is odd that art direction went to Control rather than Death Stranding. I suppose you did have to give it at least one award, right? Best audio design, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I honestly thought this was a joke. Modern Warfare is the game that has been plagued with the most audio issues this year. Resident Evil 2 should have been a clear winner here in my eyes, but I guess loud footsteps and air-bursting planes overhead wins. Best action-adventure game, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Fair. Bloody broad genre though, with games ranging from RPG, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, to FPS/RPG, Borderlands, and Walking Sim, Death Stranding. It must be a tough category to judge with such a broad range of games, but Sekiro's a worthy winner. Best mobile game, Tap Titans 2. No. It was Call of Duty Mobile. I haven't played it, but no surprises. 1, it's Call of Duty. Fanboys probably play it instead of watching porn. 2, I've only heard good things, and the rest of the nominees were hot trash. Best game for impact, Gree. I don't even know what this category is supposed to mean, but Gree is a solid game. It's weird to be so captivated by a side-scrolling platformer in which you can't even die. 10 out of 10 on Steam, so it can't be bad. Best fighting game, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, good. Game is solid, and other than Jump Force, the rest of the genre this year really choked themselves out. Best score/soundtrack, Death Stranding. Yeah, good. It'd have to be good, right? With the amount of time you spend essentially doing nothing. Best sport/racing game, Crash Team Racing. This one's good. I like this. This is a meme. The game is fun, it is nostalgic, and it is fiercely competitive, so I guess it could be the best racing game. I hate categorizing racing with sport, especially if you're then going to go into like cartoon kart racing. Doesn't feel right. Best content creator? Shroud. Yeah, no doubt. The guy's everywhere, and he's incredibly talented. And he's a fucking lad too, so Good on him. Esports Player of the Year. Didn't some random kid win a Fortnite tournament? Must be him then, right? It is! Booger. Maybe try Simple, the best Counter-Strike player in the world? Maybe one of the back-to-back international Dota 2 winners? No? Perhaps the most dominant mid lane in League? Faker? No? Okay. I guess the kid who won one tournament should have it then. Best Performance. Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah, no shit. The dude is amazing in everything he's in. Polar, Casino Royale, and Death Stranding, apparently. Best Narrative. Disco Elysium again. Okay. Yeah, this one I can kind of go with. For me, it was between this and Death Stranding, but this game is literally only narrative. Death Stranding also has the journey, the ambience. Disco Elysium is a worthy winner here. Best ongoing game, Fortnite. As much as I think Final Fantasy XIV is a deserving winner for delivering one of the best expansions to date, 6 years after its release, 9 years after it proper bombed out, I knew it was always gonna be Fortnite that wins this, because kids play it, kids vote. There it is, it wins. Best multiplayer game. Alright, this one fucks me. I don't understand the nominees. Apex Legends won it, cool. But the other nominees are Tetris 99, Modern Warfare, Borderlands 3, and The Division 2. Yeah, they're all multiplayer games, but surely this can't be the list of best multiplayer games this year. If it is, I'm sorry, but the industry has failed us. And finally, Game of the Year, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Some people thought this was an upset, thinking Death Stranding or Control should have taken it. But Sekiro was pretty solid, man. Fighting a big old Shrek and a Thomas the Tank Engine takes real skill. Out of the list of nominees, it was my game of the year. And that's the awards wrapped. That took longer than I expected it would. We also got a few announcements from the show, which I'll touch on now. Dark Alliance, the Dungeons and Dragons RPG. The best, worst trailer of all time. Make some elves and dwarves and sauce, slap GoPros on their heads, play metal over the top. That's your trailer. It honestly feels like something that I'd make. Like, it's just a lazy video. Chuck some sound on the top. Weird West, a top-down western horror adventure from a couple of the guys who brought you Prey and Dishonored. Published by Devolver Digital, it looks, dare I say it, weird. The Magic the Gathering MMO got a name. An uninspiring Magic Legends. The trailer showed next to nothing too. More to come, I assume. Apparently, if you're a fan of the card game, you might be a fan of this trailer. I'm not. 9 to 5 from guys who worked on Max Payne, Quantum Break, Arma 3, World of Tanks, and Trivial Pursuit Mobile. 3 vs 3 team-based tactical shooter. If it was all about the cartoon rabbits with guns that they showed in the trailer, I'd be all in. But I doubt it goes that way. I think it was more gearing towards what the end of the trailer had, which is too serious for me. New World Eternum. A new MMO from Amazon dropped a decidedly average-looking cinematic trailer. From what I hear, the gameplay is incredible though, realistic and polished, but that's all hearsay for now, so until I actually see something, it's as trash as that trailer. The Elder Scrolls Online Season of the Dragon is coming to a close, and we got a glimpse of where it's going to next, to Skyrim. Unfortunately, that's all we got. More news on that in January. Vin Diesel, the king of flogging a dead horse, announced a brand new, faster, more furiouser Fast and the Furious game. It genuinely looks like a PlayStation 2 game, and it looks fucking horrible. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, the sequel to Senua's Sacrifice. Something I didn't see coming, despite the first game being surprisingly good. Not only that though, it's the first game revealed for the Xbox Series X. The Xbox Sex. Their fastest, most powerful Xbox will set a new bar for performance, speed, and compatibility. Well, yeah, I fucking hope so. Otherwise, why would anyone upgrade? Throwaway line if I've ever heard one. The big thing is, they have 15 studios working on exclusives. Game Pass for PC's looking real nice. The console itself looks like it could be a mini ATX, aka a small PC, which essentially it is, I suppose. A cheap mid-range PC for the lounge. I can't exactly shit on that. No specs given though, just a name and a look. More to come. Godfall, a fantasy action RPG from Gearbox Publishing for PlayStation 5 and PC via the Epic Games Store, of course. Obviously, because Gearbox is firmly in Epic's pocket. Or Epic's wallet is in theirs, I suppose. The game's described as a looter slasher by the devs. The trailer showed us pretty much nothing, bar some fancy armor. Ruined King, one of 2 single-player League of Legends games announced. A turn-based RPG from the Darksiders Genesis developer. And the second game got even less of a showing. Convergence, a colourful single-player platformer developed by Double Stallion. You play as Echo, who has invented a device that can manipulate time and then must deal with the consequences of doing so. It actually looks quite promising. Maneater got a fresh new trailer. The Shark RPG is still coming. Unsure when, but man does it look good. It looks fun. Kinda like the mobile game, but realistic. Because shark attacks happen on the regular, that's realistic. The Wolf Among Us 2 got an announcement. which may shock some people. It shocked me because, well, Telltale got shut the fuck down, didn't they? They ran out of money? I don't know. I barely paid any attention to the news because, well, their Borderlands game was trash, so they got no more chances from me. And Prologue, a moist, foresty game from Brendan PlayerUnknown Green. It's graphically impressive, but that's quite literally all we get from the trailer. That and some dogs barking. Something to watch out for though, no doubt. PUBG's still in the top 4 played games on Steam, so this dude's quite good. And that's the Game Awards stuff covered. Now, a little bit on everything else before I die in this sauna. Modern Warfare basically doesn't have kills/deaths in game. It shows kills, but it doesn't tell you your deaths until the end now, which is ratchet. If you drop $20 though, you can get a watch which will show you your deaths. So pretty much hiding something that's been a part of every game prior to this behind a paywall. Nice. MechWarrior 5 released on Epic, you know, the usual timed exclusive thing, and well, it's MechWarriors. It stuck to what it knows, big mech fighting. But the dialogue, the story is trash. Mechs don't even have a melee attack. That's not related. They kind of just grind on each other and you can jump on each other's heads, Mario style. That's cool. The text in the mission descriptions is as if I got my 3-year-old son to write it. Send me your script next time, I'll red pen the shit out of it. Fucking hell, basic spelling mistakes even. Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Minecraft is now fully crossplay, all platforms. PS4 finally jumped on board. How good! PS4, Switch, Xbox, PC, and even the bloody mobile. It almost makes me want to get a server going again. Fun fact, no game's made me shit my pants harder than Minecraft has. Those zombies, the little freaks me the fuck out. Speaking of freaking the fuck out, Resident Evil 2 has officially sold more copies of the remake than of the original game, which is no surprise to me because the remake is impressive as hell. So, also unsurprisingly, they've announced Resident Evil 3 is getting a remake and is coming in April. If you thought Mr. X was bad, wait until he's got a rocket launcher. Nemesis is coming, boys. Babylon's Fall. Do you remember it? Neither. It was announced at E3 in 2018, over 500 days ago, and it's literally disappeared off the face of the earth since then. The last tweet was sent in June 2018. That is until 3 days ago. Platinum Games have unveiled and released an entire game in that time, Astral Chain. The new State of Play trailer looks good too. A nice painted art style, those near floating swords, and some Devil May Cry style combat in what looks to be a Dark Souls-esque setting. More information on it next summer, so we've still got a fair wait yet. But a fair wait for a game that we all forgot existed is pretty good. Epic Games are giving out free games every day from December 19th to 31st. Now I'm against Epic Games, but I'm not against free games. Might make an account and get some. And with that, we're done. A bloody massive week. Until next time.